Good morning, world. Happy Friday. Woohoo. Let me get my DFT on. I guess it's not as warm or as chill, with the door closed. It was a little bit chilly earlier. And, of course, at work and offices, you know how that goes. It's like an ice box. All right. Happy Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, right? Hope everyone's week has been fabulous. If not, that means you're not thriving. Because if you're thriving, you can't help but have fabulous weeks, days, moments, seconds. Let me just tell you. Candy cane, my favorite. One of my favorites. Someone told me that, so we have a fudge brownie flavor as well. And someone told me that with the fudge brownie, the candy cane, and some ice in a blender, it's really good, like something mocha. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I think she was referencing coffee, mocha stuff, but I'm not that person. Never been a coffee drinker. I was an energy drink girl, for sure, but anyway. All right, let's get our mental prep going. Let me go ahead and set my timer to help keep myself on track. 10 minutes is ticking away as we speak. Super excited for tomorrow morning. Because I'm going to, I think it's Horsing Around. That's the chat that I'm in anyway, Horsing Around. It's a rescue place. Some Jeep friends, Jeep sisters of mine, go there. They have a couple of horses there. And so tomorrow I'm going to go help them out, feeding them and shoveling horse shit probably, right? At least feeding them. I know that they're going to be feeding them, but I can't, horses are one of the things that I want when I have land and when I'm homesteading. I said I want one horse, but ultimately I'll have two because they can't be alone. They need buddies, right? So, but yeah, so I've talked about this before when I started volunteering at the Hernando County Animal Shelter a couple of years ago. I'm not there now. I'm trying to move over to the Humane Society, but when I started there, there are people there that I became friends with that have horses, and then I was like, wow, I wonder if I can volunteer somewhere with the horses. So I did a quick Google search. I didn't find much. I did send some emails out, but not much happened. And in the last 6 to 8 months, as I'm fine-tuning my dreams, people around me are getting horses and around me close enough to where, it's feasible for me to go. And then one of them posted a couple weeks ago, hey, we could use some help. And I was like, yes. So I'm super excited to be, just to be near them. Like, I can feel it in my heart already. Just to be, I get so joyous thinking about being near them that I feel like I want to cry. Tears are welling up. It's crazy. Okay. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. And of course, as long as it doesn't interfere with the work that needs to be done, I'm going to take pictures and hopefully some video. Of me and the horses, me with the horses, just the horses. Who knows how it comes? It just comes naturally for me when I do that. If it's not a natural thing, then I just put my phone away and that's that. Oh, forgot my headphones. There we go. All right, guys, let's get our minds right for this Friday. It says back home. For me, I am home. Ohio is where I'm from, where I was born and raised, and where I have lots of family and friends, my kids, my grandkids, but it's not home. So we'll see what this has to say. You went left instead of right. Your world shifted. and you lost touch with yourself. That's okay. You can always find your way back to the path of your heart by first accepting that you've gone astray. Patiently, graciously, and with all the love you can gather, gently realign your actions with your heart to find your way back home. Yeah, I like that. This is a great example of how you don't judge a book by its cover kind of thing. Back home was the title of this entry. That's it. Right? Back home. When it says back home, I'm like, well, most people would think Ohio, and my thought goes to Ohio, and then I'm like, oh, that's not really home. That's where I was born and raised, but I feel at home where I'm at. So, yeah. But I judged that, if you will, kind of. I had a thought. I don't know that it was a judge, really, but in regards to that. But this ultimately just reminds you that regardless what happens in your life, you dive in, take a breath, take a moment, take a step back, pause, slow down. I've had to do this recently, slow down. I did. I had to slow. And it's funny because the reminder keeps coming up for me, even from my day job, Fund and Grow, the owner. We're Facebook friends, Instagram, stuff like that, YouTube. So I see his posts and their posts of Fund and Grow and what have you. And he shared recently about slowing down, and sometimes that's a power move, I think is what it was saying. And it was kind of the jarring that I needed to remind myself, okay, yep, it's okay that I'm slowing down, because something that I've stopped doing that is very important to me to get regularly into my routine is meditating. I was meditating. I was up to twice a day, once in the morning and once at night before bed. I found it to be too much. There's a lot that goes into that. I'm not going to go into all of that here. Again, I don't want to take up all of our time. But it was working. It was working, but I was definitely feeling very rushed and very like it was just too much. So I had to take a step. That was one thing. There's lots of things that I've had to slow down, but it's a good reminder to do that when you find yourself lost in whatever way. Slow down, take a breath, take a step back, right? And know where you are going. These will be my next 2 days. So the Law of Attraction says, I want to read both of these, but I'll read this one since I went with it first. Good morning, Nicholas. Remember the words of the Cheshire Cat in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland. If you don't know where you are going, it doesn't matter which way you go. I love Alice in Wonderland. When you know what you desire and where you intend to head and for what purpose, the paradigm shifts and sets into motion a new reality for you. Oh my gosh. This is so true. I'm experiencing this. Be on the lookout for great new ideas. You don't have to be first at something, but endeavor to be the best. If you are the person in charge of your company, hire excellent workers who are quick at executing orders. Create incentives to inspire employees to be innovative, organized, efficient, and forward-thinking, and do impeccable work. Maintain quality and stick to deadlines. So when you're working to manifest your dreams, one of the tools, one of the things that you must do, really, tools, recommendations, next steps, whatever you want to, rituals, routines, whatever you want to call it, is to write that shit down. Like, right down to the last detail. I have not done this fully, but I am doing this more and more because I have several dreams. So I need to get my books out to show you. So here's 2 of them. The other one I carry in my bag as well. One of them is financial, how I'm bringing money easily and frequently, career, writing, maybe photography, video stuff. And this one is for dream vision, homestead, earthship, self-sufficient, right? And then the other one that I have, it's the same one, different writing on the front, is for who I want to be. And so then I carry this that I keep on my desk at work next to me so that I can just jot down ideas, or to do things, or, anything that I need that I can't handle right then and there. A lot of it has to do with my writing, so that I can come and reference this and move it over to one of the books, or take that topic and write more on it. But let me tell you, one of the things that I've done more of this on is in the financial area, like with my Thrive business and writing. I've added stuff to my vision board. I'm writing things on the regular about how I want to grow my Thrive business. Look, my 10 minutes is up. And as I became more clear, not just about what I want out of what rank I want to get to, but the people I want to work with, the people I want to attract into my life, all across the board, actually, but it started with being specific in the people that I want to work with, because it's not just Thrive that I do that's going to help change lives. Everything that I've done in the last 6 years, and the things that I learned from the trauma of the first 12 years, has something to offer. I'm learning how to offer that in a valuable way, but I learn as I go, and it's better for me to just have hopped on here and to do that, right? But regardless of whether it's my Thrive, I'm your vitamin dealer, or it's some morning mental prep tool, or some book that I've read that I've offered up, or anything, stuff from my first, the first 12 years. Good morning, Miss Valena. Whatever it is that I say I have multiple ways to help change your life. Whatever avenue it is going to work for the people that are coming into my life. I need people that are willing to accept that information and take it and use it. I need people who are driven for a change. I need people who are tired of being tired, and because otherwise you're just, you gotta, So all of that to say, these are the kinds of things that when I'm writing my vision, when it comes to my business specifically, I got specific about it and things started happening. So interesting that the law says you write down your dreams if you want to manifest them. Write them down. Get specific. Definitely visualize, but writing them down is one of those things. And I hadn't been doing that. Which for me, and I'm trying to wrap this up, my timer already went off. For me, not writing down something is an odd thing, because that's what I've done since I was 12 years old, is I've written, right? So I don't know what my resistance to writing down my dreams has been, even though I'm listening to all of this stuff, Abraham Hicks, the Law of Attraction. I've listened to 25 books since July 15th, different YouTube motivation stuff, Eric, just gobs and gobs of people, just hundreds and probably thousands of hours at this point. Even though they all fucking say, write that shit down. I never did. I'm like, I know what I want. And I don't know why I didn't take that, because things would have moved a little quicker. So write it down. If you don't know where you're going, right? What I was just reading, it doesn't matter where you go. If you don't know what you desire, it doesn't matter where you go, right? So you got to know what you want. Not just, yeah, I want to be, I don't know, financially abundant. Well, why? For me, that is one of those things. That is why I say I am a millionaire, I am an author, I am a Lavelle Brand 40K promoter, and on with the rest of my affirmations. Because for me, it's not about, it's what that represents. It's the stability. It's going to get me to my homestead and my earthship to where I actually don't need money to eat and stuff like that. So it's not, it's, you know, the first 12 to 27 years when you don't have it, you barely have food, you barely have clothes, you want that in your life, right? You want to be able to go to the fucking store and get clothes when you need clothes without having to worry about whether or not your bills are going to be paid, right? So, but I had to think about those things. Why do I want this in my life? And when I started becoming more specific and writing those things down, things started changing and that paradigm did shift. And I'm so excited to see where it's going. So write it down. I'm going to go. I went past my alarm, but I had to finish that thought and practice kind of keeping it together and not getting off in Never Never Land or Alice in Wonderland kind of stuff, you know, down the rabbit hole. Following that squirrel, if you will. So I'm going to go do the rest of my morning mental prep. That includes my affirmations and gratitude list, as well as my writing brain dump that I do. I encourage you to do the same thing. Get something to do in the morning, something mental prep wise. Gratitude is a way to start, so I encourage you to start there. Take 5 minutes, find 5 things that you're grateful for that happened in the last 24 hours. What are you grateful for? What am I grateful for? I am grateful for I said this yesterday, I can't help it. I'm grateful for so many things that I just kind of get kind of a block because I get to thinking it's not good. This one isn't good. This isn't grateful enough. I'm not grateful enough for this one, or I'm not grateful enough for that one, or I'm going to say I'm grateful for music. This one's come up a lot for me lately, but especially in the last couple of weeks, there is a list of maybe 7 songs. It's growing, but I've had them on repeat for days, raising my vibration, my frequency, my consciousness, and it's exactly what I've been looking for or needing or asking the universe for, is because I love music. Music is always been uplifting to me, always. So, and it's always evolving for me depending on where I'm at, right? Where I've grown and learned and evolved, if you will. I'm just grateful for music. I'm not going to share this stuff right now. I have a little bit, but Aniko Jericho is the name of the song. Bad Bitch Energy by Shannon Blake. Goddess Code by Lizzie Jeff. These songs are phenomenal. Oh my God, I can't get enough of them. Anyway, to name a few, go check them up. So I'm grateful for music. Contentment is great. Although we deserve more than just being content. I was just writing something this morning. It used the word content. Be content with your natural beauty. I don't think content is enough, especially for something like that. But I'm babbling on. I gotta go. I got stuff to do. Yeah, that's what I got for you. Thanks for listening. Go sit in your gratitude. I'm just thinking about content. And it's interesting that you chose that word, and I was just writing about it this morning. And so I'm going to have to do some more meditating on it, actually. So, because I don't feel like content is enough, but not to be in need. Right. Have your needs filled, right? I get that. Yeah, that's exactly it. Because, yeah, I get that. Thanks for that, Valena. Alrighty, go sit in your gratitudes. Do it every day. Do it in the morning. Do it at night. Do it with your kids. Do it with your pets. Do it with your spouse. Do it with your plants. Do it with your food. If you're raising your food, go tell them how grateful you are for them. You're putting that energy into them. And then when they provide you the nutrition that your human form needs, that gratitude, that gracious energy, you're going to ingest as well. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. Like, you know, again, or we can talk more in private about it. You know, I'm just, whew. Go sit in your gratitude. I'll see you guys Monday for sure. Same bat time, same bat channel. I may or may not hop on in the morning. I do have about an hour and 15-minute drive out to the horse rescue place that I'm going to volunteer at for a few hours. So if I do hop on, it'll probably be earlier. But at the very least, I'll see you Monday morning, of course. Same bat time, same bat channel. And as always, peace and love.